right at it.
Hear the hunger in my voice, they used to tell me to speak up. The problem was of what I was saying, they couldn't keep up. Instead of moving around with some patience, they tried to speed up. It got colder than a bitter bitch, found me a way to heat up. What's a favor for a favor if we all didn't make it? Kept it 100 with everybody, but they just gon' change. I ain't get caught up in the hype, cause I ain't feel like I made it. Couldn't picture me here now, but here's your moment to frame it. And I ain't never understand that self-entitlement spirit. I felt your vibe, I don't wanna get near it. Before I made the appearance, I took a second, took a look in the mirror. This God, Lord, the only thing that I fear. Y'all got me fucked up. It's all passion, it's tradition, it ain't fashion. It's no action, they make threats and it's still passing. I think massive, no response, that's still tact. Y'all should quit rapping. Cheap shots, I'm cinematic. I ain't average, I'm an overthrow fanatic. How I go, you lose and win like asthmatics. I got first, that's automatic. I'm the best in my division. In the ghetto like the pigeons, in the hood like the engine. You a bird for that chicken. I don't fake split decisions cause my mind made up, nigga. We in the end of time, but my time ain't up, nigga. I was young and running wild and wide-eyed like a cabbage patch. I had to get it as vivid, adapted to my habitat. It's certain shit I won't do, certain shit you can't prove. My shit sound like a payday, yours like more when the rent. If I had $1 for every dime you counted, I would be broke. Watch it be close, got a better chance, boxing the goal. And they know I'm raw, and they know the squad, and I'm feeling lost, still in charge. I don't make it follow, I follow the law. Standing tall like they hear on Mars. I just got a call from my bro, he behind the wall, he told me let it off. Niggas lying for some cat, I got a different line in me. Everybody intimidated, I got that guy in me. You get focused on them dimes, I'd rather keep my nine with me. Help me get this off the ground, just know you won't fly with me now.
I try to make the news, y'all ain't playing by the rules. I've been trying to play it cool, but that ain't gon' be the business. Y'all out here looking like fool. Home the truth, I ain't never had to choose.
I'm trying to get beamed up, man, y'all trying to make the news. I ain't playing by the rules. I've been trying to play it cool, but that ain't gon' pay the bill. Y'all out here looking like fool. Home of the truth, y'all ain't never had to choose. Trying to get beamed up, man, y'all trying to make the news. I ain't playing by the rules. I've been trying to play it cool, but that ain't gon' pay the bill. Y'all out here looking like fool. Home of the truth, y'all ain't never had to choose. Trying to get beamed up.
Nigga, dear hater, you for real hater? Must not be on like you say, must not be getting no real paper. Nigga can't have more than you know them niggas will still hate you. Those are characteristics in a pussy nigga nature. Talk that shit behind my back, but be on mute when it's a facial. Smiling in my face, but you can't hide all of that hatred. I'm too silent, you a snake. I see that shit a mile away. Man of war, and I'm not sorry, blame that shit on UPK. Pussy ass nigga, you a pussy ass nigga. Oh, you confused, you think pussy ass nigga. This ain't drag racing, why you got that drag with you? I'm a bad kidder, pull up with two bad bitches. Masculinity be the reason she into me. She say she loving all that big priest energy. Don't remember me when I step in the facility. I'm screaming ISUPK, fuck the enemy. Oh, hey, this that one Westworld shit right here. Think I ain't got the bitch on me, you trippin', homie, that bitch right here. Brown liquor, don't skip that clip. Cloud of vision, let's get shit clear. I ain't even fuck around, homie, put the crown on me, yeah, this my year. Yeah, and I do this shit for my niggas who solid. I ain't resent for I truly acknowledge you ain't in this truth and you ain't in this body, cause bitch, you want body. We see it coming cause we really prophets. Oh, want you about it, but you didn't stop it. A hard head make a soft fast, I guess that's why you stop with your soft ass. Hood nigga that can outclass bougie bitches who talking about class. Soon as you cut a motherfucker, they be like, why you talk to me like that? Valuable lesson. Before you judge, I will check the reflection. Real love is correct. Real love is perfection. Ain't a flaw in it, this is raw business. Brotherhood is a weapon. Fuck around and get stepped on, try to step, watch how you step. Fuck around and get stepped on, try to step, watch how you step. 10 times out of 10 when we get it in, nigga, it's a win. If you ain't in the UPK, then nigga, it's a sin. Cause it's only one body, one truth, nigga, one spirit, yeah, one God. But when the shit hit the fan, pussy nigga ran, they got in the win. When niggas saying he was down, when really the nigga switch. Niggas saying he a ride for him, when really the nigga snitch. Really the nigga quit, hey, really the nigga bitch. Yeah, and I'm just telling you the truth about it, this ain't even a diss. Yeah, this how them niggas be acting. Talking that shit like they really be bout it, but when it come down to the action, that's when you find out that they lacking. That's when you find out that they acting. And fucking with my niggas, it's a sure way to
Shalom, Israel. It's that time again. The ISUPK, under Commanding General Yahana, presents the Lord's 57th Annual Passover. That's right, the Lord's 57th Annual Passover, April 4th, 2026, in Houston, Texas. All Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans are commanded to observe the Lord's Passover. This will be the biggest Passover to date. You do not want to miss this. Fresh lamb, fresh wine, and bitter herbs as commanded by the Most High. Only $200 per person, ages 17 and up. The biggest event of the year. There is only one Passover, and it's under Commanding General Yahana. See you there, Israel. Shalom.
Nobody else there to compare to. Train for war, men of war, and war like apparel. Prefer our leaders, can't get between us. Watch where you stepping.
And I'm screaming more fire, more fire. Give them more fire, more fire. I just gotta pray for more fire, more fire. I'm hoping he come with more fire, more fire.
Okay. Homie, I've been...
There's a king that's coming back to save our people. Now, we should be preparing ourselves for the return of our king, not stuck up in these denominations and religions that's destroying our people and destroying our nation.
So when we are in this kingdom and our brother or sister is doing wickedly in this kingdom, we must tell them, look, the world is expecting you to stay docile, to stay stupid.
That's what Christianity teaches our people. Teaches our people to hate one another and love the oppressor. Like, we'll never forgive one another for anything that another brother or sister do to us, but we'll forgive the oppressor in a heartbeat. There's something wrong with that, man.
Imagine living your life as a whole Christian your whole life, and life's good because you're a Christian and Jesus is white and everything's going great, and there's a landslide and the earth opens up and you go downstairs and you walk through this place and you see a black Jesus, man. Why is Jesus Christ black with an afro in the catacombs, man? This predates the Renaissance period.
So when you read the book of Genesis, the trees in the garden with other nations, a leaf, what does a leaf do to a tree? Cover the tree. So Adam took the covering of another nation. What's the covering of another nation? Their culture. So when the Most High saw him and said, yo, Adam, where are you, man? Why are you? Don't mean I can't find you. He was like, who is this nigga? Where are you, man? I don't know you.
Okay. So the Ba al Banya Yasha'ala wa Amarath al Ham Mawa'idya Yahaw. The Ba means speak. Al, when it's joined with something, so al Banya means what? Unto, right? Excellent. So al when it's joined with something means unto. Banya means children. Yasha'ala is Israel. So unto the children of Israel.
Like if it's one thing a hoe gonna do, a hoe gonna hold. But you ain't, she can't hold if there's nobody to hold with. And the thing she said at the end, where she said, I went back and I lied to him and he still wouldn't do it. And then she threw up her hands and she said, well, he'll just be a brother. That's what he need.
That's
brothers.
Right.
If we have more brothers, hoes like her wouldn't have no outlet.
There was a man in the land of Oz, his name was Job, and that man was perfect and upright.
There you go, the man called Job. I think Job is what, like, afflicted. And that man was perfect and upright, meaning what? You can be perfect, man. Job was a man like everybody else, man. Job wasn't no angel, he didn't come from the heavens. And that man was perfect, meaning what? You can be perfect in the Bible. Being perfect is in the Bible.
Had fringes on my coattail way before Jimmy. Funny how the general ain't even see a penny. Better show respect, get smoked like a chimney. Keep my name out your mouth, don't even think it. Send a real Smith that y'all know Jada Pinkett. Both ball heads, my grain above 50. Lost my man to the game, that pain that stuck with me. Had to find a cheat code to the street though, cause them niggas getting foul, shoot you like a free throw. Keep spitting acid like a Mino, and the nigga be the nicest with a mean flow.
Alright, shalom Israel, shalom, Yahweh Shem Yahushua Barak Atham to all the brothers, Yahweh Shema Al Athan Bashem Yahushua to the sisters. We are the ISUPK, started out 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General Yahana. Since 1969, we've been teaching the truth about the Bible. You know what I'm saying? The truth that your Christian pastor has been concealing from you, the truth that your Christian pastor, you know what I'm saying, will not have you know because he wants the money that's in your pocket. 1969, the ISUPK and the Commanding General Yohana, these priests and prophets you see in here have been raising up blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans from the dust of the earth. You know what I'm saying? Raising them up from the dead, from the spirit of Christianity, which has done nothing, you know what I'm saying, to help and to comfort black people from the condition we're in. It puts you right back to sleep, but does not wake you up. It does not bring you back to life, which life, according to the Bible, is keeping these law, statutes, and commandments. Life, according to this Bible, is when black people know who they are, according to the Bible, know that they are the descendants of God's chosen people, know that Christ was a black man, according to the Bible, and instead of unaliving another brother over a postcode or over a different colored a piece of cloth, they you know what I'm saying, instead of giving death to one another, they give life to one another. You know what I'm saying? This is the Lashawan Qadash class where I teach you how to read, write, and speak biblical Hebrew. You know what I'm saying? Over the over last week and this week, we're going over the 10 Commandments. All right, so the 10 Commandments, which you can find that that Moses gave to the children of Israel, which you can find in, I believe it's Exodus and Deuteronomy. You know what I'm saying? The one we're going over, the scriptures we're reading in Exodus. We're going to break it down. So of course, as we're reading, we can understand what the verse is saying and just get more comfortable and more familiar with reading biblical Hebrew. Okay. Shalom to everybody that's in the chat. I see a bunch of people, Most High in Christ. I see Tribe of Judah. You know what I'm saying? A young man checking from Orlando. Yahweh Shemiel Shabrakatah. We got Priest and Officer Mariah Allah. Shalom Adawan. Yahweh Shemiel Shabrakatah. We got Tazapawan in the building. Yahweh Shemiel Shabrakatah. Both side Christ. It's going down. All right, let's get it. We got the sister Olivia. All right, shout out to you, shout out to your husband. Shout out to California, Southern Cali. All right, Yahweh Shema Allah Taba Shemiel Shai. We got Kyla in the building. Shalom Princess. Yahweh Shema Allah Taba Shemiel Shai. And we got another sister in here. Yahweh Shema Allah Taba Shemiel Shai. Okay. All right, so as I like to do with each class, of course, when you come into the class, make sure you state your registry. All right, so type your registry in the comments. All right, I'm gonna also do this in the class. So Kyla, could you state for me your registry, Baba Kushara?
Sir, Kayla, Bath Yahawada, Bath Yasharala.
Most High in Christ. So Kyla, Bath Yahawada, Bath Yasharala, which means Kyla, daughter of Judah, daughter of Israel. All right, so Most High in Christ. I'm gonna also go ahead and put the alphabet on the screen. So bear with me one moment. And we'll go through the Hebrew alphabet. All right, so this one right here. I always forget this step. I'm gonna actually share it. All right. Okay. So as we just did, as the Kayla just stated, a registry. All right. The way you state your registry, I've noted it down. I've noted it down right here, right? So you would say your name, then you would say Ban or Bath. Ban means son, so the brothers will say Ban, meaning son or son of. The Bath means daughters. So the sister will say, sisters will say Bath, which means daughter of. Then you say your tribe, right? So whichever tribe you're from, whether it be Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Gad, Simeon, Naphtali, you know what I'm saying? Whatever your tribe is, you want to know what your tribe is in Hebrew. Okay, again, as I always say, if you're not sure what your tribe is in Hebrew, let me know what it is in English, and I'll let you know what it is in Hebrew. All right, if you're not even sure what your tribe is, if you're just a black, so-called black Latino or Native American man or woman, then just put where it is that you're from, and I can let you know what tribe it is you're likely from. All right, according to our 12 tribes chart, which goes through history, archaeology, and biblical prophecy. Okay. All right, so I want to see people putting their registries in the comments, and then we'll go ahead and get through it. All right, while brothers and sisters are putting their registries in the comments, Kyla, could you run through the Hebrew alphabet for me, Baba Kushar?
Aba, Gada, Hawa, Zaka, Taya, Kala, Mana, Sa, I, Pa, Taza, Kwara, Shata.
Most High in Christ. Perfect. Right. So as you are learning the Hebrew, as you're attending these classes and you know, training in the biblical Hebrew, of course, according to the Bible, you know, even prayer has more power when it's said in its original tongue, right? Is when it's uttered in its original tongue. All right, so you want to make sure you're learning Hebrew. So even while we read the prayers for the Sabbath service, if you're reading verses for the Sabbath service, you have an idea of what it is you're saying, right? It has more meaning when spoken in its original tongue, which is why we read it in the Hebrew, which is why we, you know, do our salute in the Hebrew, Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai Barakatah, which is why we do all these things in the Hebrew, because it has more power. You know what I'm saying? It's more it's closer to what, you know, to how we used to be, right? The Bible says, seek ye the old path. So we seek in ISUPK, we seek everything old. You know what I'm saying? We seek to go all the way back to the point where we should be having, you know what I'm saying, conversations in Hebrew. We should be practicing Hebrew. We should be able to have, you know, some form of conversation in Hebrew. We should be reading the Sabbath service and be able to pick out at the very least some key words we understand, we know what mean, you know what I'm saying, that sort of thing. All right. We also got Ayala in the building. Shalom, sis. Yahweh Shema ala Taba Shemi Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh Shema ala Taba Shemi Shai.
Most High in Christ. As you just come in, could I get you to state your registry for me, Baba Kusha?
Ayala Bath Ban Yam Yam Bath Yashala.
Perfect. Ayala Bath Ban Yam Yam Bath Yashala. Okay. Most High in Christ. Okay. Let me see if I'm gonna state that registry in the comments here. Bada bing, bada boom. I don't think I'm gonna state that registry just yet. I know sweat, but of course do so as you come in. Love your honor, Most High in Christ. We got the sister Nashama. Shalom, sis. Yahweh Shema ala Taba Shemi Yahweh Shai. We got another sister here, a sister from Dallas. All right, shout out to you, sis. Shout out to Dallas. All right, Most High in Christ. So, without further ado, we'll go ahead and get into tonight's class. Okay, now tonight's class, unfortunately, I wasn't able to go over each of the letters. I know there's some letters which look a bit different than how they would usually put. So some of these letters, like the Da, the Sha, the Taza, some of these letters I'll go over. But I don't have time to do so. But what I'll do is I'll be reading it as we go through, and then I'll ask anybody if they know, you know, what it means and that sort of thing. And we'll go through it that way. Okay, so there's two things I want to do. Y'all can see the Hebrew on the screen, right? Let me see. Right here. So we read verses 1 through to 6, and now we starting at verse 7. So we also just get Blue Letter Bible up. So if I need to refer to any particular word, we can do so. So we read in Exodus chapter 20. Let's go into the chapter, and we're starting at verse 7. Okay, so first part we have is La'ah Thasha'ah. All right, La'ah Thasha'ah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this as a phrase, right? So who could tell me what La'ah means?
So like you said, does it mean forgive me?
It doesn't mean forgive me. Forgive me would be Salakia in the Hebrew. Okay, Salakia. But the word I'm looking for is La'ah.
Oh. La'ah means no.
La'ah means
or
no.
Nothing.
Exactly. Hold on. All right, so La'ah means no or not. It's the negative of what it is we're saying. Okay, then we have Thasha'ah, right? The word Thasha'ah comes from the verb Nasha'ah, right? Nasha'ah means like to bear, to lift up, to take, you know what I'm saying, to take and carry, to lift. All right, that's what Nasha'ah means. And the Thasha'ah means thou shalt take, right? Or thou shalt bear, thou shalt lift up. But because we have La'ah, what does that phrase mean? Who can tell me?
Salakia.
Go ahead.
Thou shalt not.
Thou shalt not, right? Thou shalt not take, or thou shalt not lift up. Thou shalt not bear, right? All right, well done. Okay, so what we're going to use, we'll use take for this, right? So thou, hold on, let me caps it. Thou shalt not take. Okay, so that is La'ah Thasha'ah. All right, La'ah Thasha'ah means thou shalt not take. Okay. Then let's carry on. So I'm gonna put this whole phrase together. It's like I should have. So we have. I don't like that it covers the text above it, but slack it. We have now Ath Sham Yahweh, right? Who could tell me? Because we should be familiar with these words. I want to see if we are familiar with these words. Who can tell me what this means, right? So we have La'ath Asha'ah, Ath Sham Yahweh. You could tell me what that means, if anyone knows. Go ahead.
This word is that I know there's a word that is just connected to something, but it doesn't have any meaning. Is that this word?
That's correct. It has no direct translation.
Okay.
Right, but it does do something. Do you remember what it does?
It tells us what verb we're talking about.
Close, very close. It tells you what the verb applies to, right? So it tells you what it is that the verb applies to. So what's the verb here?
Sham.
Not sham. The
Yahweh.
verb is actually before the phrase we're talking about. Remember, take, exactly. A verb is a doing word, so it's an action. The action word here is take, right? In la'a, thasha'a, mean thou shalt not take. Now, what does that take apply to? What is it that we should not take? Okay, so that's what the ath means. That's perfect. Okay, is there any other part? So we have then sham Yahweh. You could tell me what that means.
Sham here, it means name.
Name,
right?
Absolutely, right? Name. And then what is Yahweh?
The Lord's name.
The Lord's name, exactly. So thou shalt not take the Lord's name, right? The name of the Lord, right? So the Lord's name. Okay, well done. All right, then we have, in fact, I'm going to also add this next word, right? This next word to this phrase. Okay, this next word is Alahayaka, right? Alahayaka, which means your power or your God, right? So I'm going to extend it, right? So thou shalt not, is basically thou shalt not take the name of Yahweh thy power or the Lord thy God, right? So thou shalt not take the Lord thy God's name. Okay, so we're kind of extending it like that. All right, hold on a second. Or we could do, let's do it this way. All right, I'm gonna do the name of the Lord thy God. All right. All right. The other way you could also do, but this way works better for like the flow of it, because we have Sham, then Yahweh, then Alahayaka, right? So this way around works better. Okay, so thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God, right? Copy another one of these. Okay, and we'll put it right under here. All right, so we have La Shawa'a. All right, La Shawa'a. Okay, now we have La here, which is a preposition, which means two, right? Two or four. And then we have Shawa'a. So I'm gonna go over here. This isn't a word we're familiar with, so I'm gonna go over here and we'll find it, right? So Shawa'a is this word right here, okay? Shawa'a means for vain or vanity, right? To take something in vain, right? So that's what that means, right? Vain, emptiness, falsehood, right? Something that is vain or false or empty, okay? So I'm gonna put, this will be translated as like in vain, or you could put for vanity, right? And I'm actually going to do it that way, since we have la, which will typically mean like you're 2 or 4, right? So we'll put for vanity. You shall not take the Lord's name for vanity, or how it's translated in the English is like in vain. It means the same thing. Okay. Then we have kaya. You could tell me what kaya means.
Salaki.
Go ahead.
For.
For or what?
Because.
For or because. Exactly. Right. For or because. What I'm gonna do real quick is I'm gonna just put these boxes right here where we have each individual phrase. I'll do it that way, so I don't have to keep going back and copying. All right, so let me see. That will be a phrase. And we'll do that. Okay, cool. All right, so we have kaya, which means for, like in the sense of because, right? So why should we not take the Lord's name in vain, right? Then we have ya nakwa, right? It's like I should be sharing back this tab again. All right, Slacky. So we put kaya as 4, okay? And Slacky, previously, I keep forgetting to swap between the two screens. If I ever do forget I'm on the wrong screen, just let me know, okay? Because I do that from time to time. Of course, I can see it, but I want everybody else to see it. Of course, that's the point, okay? So the water for anybody who lets me know, okay? Also, I see a couple people stay in their registry as well. All right, so I'm gonna shout out to y'all. All right, shalom to the sister Marisa. All right, Marisa, Baf Yamian, Baf Yasha'Allah. All right, Mosiah in Christ. All right, we got salute. All right, no sweat, Mosiah in Christ. Just starting paint. And we got Shalom Yahushua Allah Tabashim Yoshai. And we got Rab Kwa. All right, shalom sis, Yahushua Allah Tabashim Yoshai. Shout out to North Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. All right, cool. So we have you should not take the name of the Lord thy God for vanity or in vain, right? Kaya, which means for, right? Then we have la'ah, ya nakwa, Yahweh, right? So we know la'ah means like no or not, or like the opposite of whatever verb is to follow, right? We know Yahweh is the Lord, so what we need to know is nakwa. All right, so let's get nakwa. I'm gonna go back over to here, right? So nakwa is here and here, right? So let's get this word. Okay, nakwa means to be empty, to be pure. Hold on. Unpunished, right? Unpunished or guiltless. Okay. Nakwa, to be clean, by implication, to make bare. Or to make blameless, right? Okay, so in the sense to make guiltless, okay, right? So it says la'ah ya nakwa Yahweh, meaning Yahweh, and then ya nakwa would be like he will make clean, or he will make innocent, or he will make guiltless. But then we have la'ah, he will not make guiltless, or he will not make clean, right? Right? He will not make innocent, right? That sort of thing. In the translation, it goes like hold him guiltless, right? So he will not make guiltless. Let me see right here. Yeah, he will not hold him guiltless. So that's what the yanakwa means. Yanakwa means to make clean, or to make innocent, or to make bare. Like there's no dirt on this person's name, right? But the Most High will not, make clean. You will have dirt on your name. You will be guilty if you hold the Lord's name in vain. Okay, so I'm gonna put the Lord will not. I'm gonna put make guiltless. All right, or I could put hold guiltless. Lord will not hold guiltless. Right, if that makes sense. So the yanakwa, the nakwa part means to be innocent. right? Or to hold something innocent, right? All right, then we have ath, ashar, yasha'ah, right? So again, this ath lets you know what the verb applies to. What verb is it that we're talking about here? You can tell me. Let me go back to this. I gotta go back to the top, right? So the Lord will not hold him guiltless. And then we have this ath, which lets you know what the verb applies to. What's the verb here? You can tell me.
Salakia.
Go ahead.
Nakwa.
Nakwa, which means what?
To make guiltless.
To make guiltless or to hold guiltless, right? Exactly. Right. So it lets you know who will not be held guiltless, right? Who will be held accountable for taking the Lord's name in vain? Who will not be innocent if they take the Lord's name in vain? Okay. It says ath, it says ashar, right? Who could tell me what ashar means?
Salakia.
Go ahead.
Which,
exactly, right? So which, and then you have yasha'ah, right? Yasha'ah comes from the same root word as we had it earlier, thasha'ah, which means what? Thou shalt not take, right? So yasha'ah will be, he that takes, right? And then we have ashar with it here as well, right? So it's like those which take, right? The again, the yasha'ah meaning to take. Okay, so matter of fact, you could do the ya meaning he, so you could do like him which takes, right? Or him that taketh. The saying the word like that instead of which is like almost interchangeable in the way we would say it in English. In Hebrew, that's why if you go into that word which, it can mean so many things, because it's the way we would say it in English is like, him that does this, or you could say him which does this, right? So I'm gonna put him that taketh. The that here is ashar, but it really, you could use which. It's interchangeable, right? Him which taketh, him that taketh is the same thing. Okay. Then you have ath again, right? So which lets you know, which lets you know what the verb applies to. What is the verb now? You can tell me, just to make sure we're following along. What is the verb that we're talking about here?
Salakia.
Go ahead.
Yasha'ah.
Yasha'ah, which means?
Him who taketh.
It means to take, right? Or that taketh. Exactly. Right? So he that takes, the verb here is to take. Okay, so what is it that this person is taking? Right? Then we have shamwa, right? So we have sham, which means what?
Name.
We have shamwa, which is his name, right? So that wa at the end, the wa at the end of a root word can either mean like him, his, or it, right? It's typically like he, him, his, or it, right? In this case, it's his name, right? Then you have la shawa'a again, which we have right here, which means for vanity or in vain, right? So this right here translates to his name for vanity or in vain. You could do it either way. I'm gonna do it as for vanity, right? But of course, we understand what is being said, right? So that is verse 7. All right, let me read out the full verse here, right? So la'ah thasha'ah, thou shalt not take. Ath Sham Yahweh Alahayaka, the name of the Lord thy God. La Shawa'ah, for vanity. Kaya means for. La'ah Yanakwa Yahweh, the Lord will not hold guiltless, or the Lord will not hold innocent or clean. Ath Ashar Yasha'ah, him that taketh. Ath Shamwa La Shawa'ah, his name for vanity. Okay, you could I could really split this into two parts either way. Like the ath shamwa is specifically you know, his name. It's his name that's being taken, right? I don't know why I did that, because the full phrase is taking his name in vain or for vanity. So I'll really leave it the way it was. Okay. All right. I should not take his name for vanity. Okay. So that is, again, one of the 10 commandments. Okay. You shall not take the Lord's name in vain. All right. Let's go to the next verse. So what I'm going to do is, again, go through it, and I'm going to just see how many kind of phrases we got here. So if I could see the damn thing. Okay. Let's do one here. One here, and one here. So we'll split this into like 3 phrases. Okay, so the first phrase we have, we're now into verse 8. All right, am I showing the right? Yeah, showing the right time, right? We have Zakawar. All right, Zakawar. Who can tell me, or does anybody recognize what the root word here is?
Salakia.
Go ahead.
Zakar.
Zakar. Well done. All right, Zakar. Great job. Which means what?
Remember.
Remember. Remember. Absolutely. All right. So Zakawar is another way of saying remember, right? So it's the same as it's the same root as Zakar. Okay, but the Zakawar makes it like present tense, right? So it's not remembered or to have something in remembrance. It's saying remember in the present tense. All right, remember. Okay, then we have Ath Yawam, right? So again, Ath, this word lets you know what the verb applies to. Who could tell me the verb, or Ayala? Let me ask Ayala specifically. Could you tell me what verb are we talking about, right, with this word Ath? What verb is it connected to?
Is it a verb?
A verb is a doing word.
What was it? Slakia, what?
I'm not sure. If you're not sure, just let me know, okay? Or also, if anybody in the comments knows it, you can put it in the chat.
Slakia, sir.
Go ahead.
Is it the?
It's not the. It's not the. I think somebody got it in the chat. I'm gonna refer to the chat. Okay, we got. Oh, go ahead. You gonna say something else?
I don't know.
Okay, no sweat. All right, Shalom. We got a sister. Boom. The sister Yakalia. All right, Shalom. This I was Shemala. I thought about some. I was shy. Put all right, most on Christ. She put remember, right? Remember is the verb we're talking about, right? And correct. So with Zakawar, that wa makes it present tense. So it'd be like saying that wa is like adding how we'd add ing. So you have like the word jump, and you have jumping, making it present tense. Okay, that wa is the same thing with remember, right? Making it present tense. So it's again not something you remembered or to keep something in remembrance. Remember this, right? In the present tense, it's telling you now. Okay, and that's the verb that applies to what's now being said. So we have Ath, Yawam, Hashabath. All right, Yawam, Hashabath. Who wants to have a go at translating what Yawam, Hashabath means?
Salakia.
Go ahead.
The Sabbath day.
The Sabbath day. Absolutely. Break it down for me.
You not the Ath part, right? Just the Yuam
Okay.
HaShabbat. Yuam is day. Ha is the Shabbat is Sabbath.
Exactly. Right. So you have Yawam, which means day, and you have Ha Shabbat, which is the Sabbath. Right. So that's like almost like an adjective, right? Like an adjective describing what type of day it is, right? What is the day we're talking about? An adjective will go after. So you have Yawam HaShabbath. This is the Sabbath day or the day of the Sabbath, right? If that makes sense. So remember the Sabbath day, all right? The Sabbath day, which begins from Friday sundown to Saturday sundown. So right now we are in the Sabbath. It is sundown, at least in the UK. It's sundown. The sun's gone down in the UK. Today, right now, is the Sabbath day. Okay. The Most High commands us to remember this day. I remember this day every week from Friday sundown to Saturday sundown. Remember this day.
Slacky, sir.
Go ahead.
Why did he say to remember it?
Why did the Most High say to remember it?
Huh.
He tells us to remember it because the Sabbath day is a high holy day, right? You know, like how we have the Feast of Dedication, which is coming up on December the 14th, right? You know how we have Passover, we have the Feast of Tabernacles, the Feast of so many feasts and memorials. These are the Lord's high holy days. Right? The Sabbath is a holy day to the Lord, right? Which the Most High gave us for rest. The Most High gave us this day so we could rest. We could have a rest from our labor. Okay? Does that make sense?
Cut the water.
I understand. Most High in Christ. All right, so we have Yawam HaShabbath, and then we have La Qadashwa. Right, La Qadashwa. Who wants to have a go at translating what that means? Let's see. Let's see if anyone gets it.
Salakia.
Go ahead.
For it is holy.
Yes, and you're onto it. You're onto it. Not necessarily for it is holy. The law we're going to use here, most think of the law that was very excellent. But the law we're going to use here is the definition of law we're going to use is two, right? So we have like two. We have Qadash, which of course, as you said, it means holy, right? Then we have wa at the end, which would be it, right? So it's like two holy, right? So the word Qadash as a verb can mean to be holy, to make holy, or like another way of saying to sanctify or to consecrate, right? So as a verb, it means like to make holy or to sanctify, to consecrate, to purify, to hallow, right? So it would be like to make it holy, right? Or to keep it holy or to consecrate it, right? If that makes sense. Does that make sense? Okay. So I'm gonna put to make. You can put to make it holy. Let me see 1 second what it says in the verse. What it would mean is like to consecrate it, right? Or to make it holy, right? Let me see what it says right here. It says in the verse to keep it holy, right? So that's like the translation, to keep it holy. The transliteration, what I'll do is, I don't know if I'll use the word consecrate because it's kind of complex of a word. I don't know if everyone knows the word consecrate. So I'm gonna try to keep it simple, right? To make it, well, I guess it's Sabbath. Remember the Sabbath day. To, I suppose, keep it holy makes sense. Remember the Sabbath day to consecrate it, to make sure it's always holy, right? To make sure it's remembered. It's a day that's set apart. It's not just any other day. This day is the Sabbath day, right? Any other day of Monday through, really, it's not even Monday. That's just what the oppressor calls it. But today, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, all those other days are just days. But this day is a specific day, and we are to keep it holy. All right, so I'll put keep it holy. I'm cool with that. All right, you could put to keep it holy. You could put to sanctify it. You could put to consecrate it. All of those translations are fine. All right, all of those translations work. All right, to keep it, it's like I'm missing the main word. I almost stopped for a second. So keep it holy. All right, holy is the main word. Okay. So either way, if anyone wants to write like in their notes different, like to consecrate it or to sanctify it, those are perfect. I'll leave it as to keep it holy. Okay, but that works. All right, so let me do the next verse. Right, so Zakawar Ath Yawam Hashabath La Qadashwa. Remember the Sabbath day to consecrate it or to keep it holy. All right, so let me do this next verse. Let's do this. Okay, so we'll do the three phrases again. All right, so we have Shashaf. Let me check the comments too. Yeah, Sabbath day was Yawam Shabbat. All right, Most High in Christ. Okay, so Shashaf Yam Yam. You can tell me what this means. All right, so Shashaf Yam Yam. Let's open Safari. All right, Shashaf comes from the root word Shashah, right? Does anyone know what Shashah means? Okay, go ahead.
Salaki.
Go ahead.
I think I'm thinking of a different word.
Okay. What word are you thinking of?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Oh, hold on one second. How to do this? Make sure you don't reverb. Can y'all hear a loop in the audio? Anybody in the comments? Let me know if you hear a loop in the audio. I'm trying to. Where is my? This is why I use the other. Let's see. Carla, do you see my headphones right here?
No.
Have those. All right. Oh, okay. The water. All right. So, nobody said the audio's looping, so we should be to wall, but just to be sure, I'm gonna connect my phone to my headphones. All right. So we got.
Salaki.
Go ahead.
I wasn't thinking of a different word. I was thinking of the right word.
Okay, which is what?
6.
6, right? So Shashah means 6. Shashaf is the same thing. It's 6, right? And then we have Yam Yam, which means what?
Days.
Days, right? So Shashaf Yam Yam is 6 days. All right, 6 days. Okay, then we have Tha Ibad. All right, so Tha Ibad. This word Ibad, this is in the context of a verb. Right, so we know Ibad as a noun means like a servant, a laborer, you could use it to say a slave, all right, but basically in the context of a servant or a laborer, somebody who works for you, okay? And then we have Tha, right? So as a verb, this means to serve or to labor, right? So thou shalt, you could say it as thou shalt serve, but in the context here, thou shalt labor makes more sense. All right, so thou shalt labor. So 6 days, you shall be, you shall work. Say you have a job where you work for somebody. In those 6 days, you'll do your labor, you'll do your service, right? You'll serve for 6 days, right? Wa Aishayath, right? The root word here is Aisha. Does anybody know what the word Aisha means? Let's see if anybody can let me know. Let me do this. Keep an eye on the comments. Okay, cool. All right, so we have the word Aisha.
Salakia.
Go ahead.
To do.
To do, absolutely. All right, the word Aisha means to do or make. 1 second. I'm gonna change my speaker. Does that work? Yeah, let's change it. Okay, perfect. All right, so Aisha means to do or make. In this context, we'll use do. All right, so wa Aishayath. All right, so and do, right? And she'll do. Then we have kal mala akathka, right? Mala akathka. Okay, the root word here, or does anybody recognize what word we're looking at here? So we have kal, which means what?
Salakia.
Mm-hmm.
All.
All, exactly. So kal means all, right? Then we have mala akafka. Does anybody recognize what this would mean? Or if not, I can let you know the root word.
Salakia.
Go ahead.
Malaka is work.
Is work, right? Like your occupation. Okay, right? So, and what's going on here? All right, so and then we have Aisha, which means to do, right? And shall do. We have kal, which is all or any, right? In this case, it's going to be all. And then mala akath ka would be thy work, right? That ka at the end is thy, say possessive adjective, right? So this is all thy work or all thy occupation, right? Whatever job it is you have, whatever it is you do, you know what I'm saying? You should do all your work, all your occupation within those 6 days, right? You have 6 days to work hard, to grind, to get money, to do whatever. You know what I'm saying? To do what you need to do to keep the lights on, to pay the bills. All right. But there's a day where you can't do any work. All right. And that is the Sabbath day. We're required to keep the Sabbath day holy. Okay. All right. So let me also just go through this, get the different phrases the way I want to do it. And this one is a something. And this one. And this, we'll put these two together. Okay. So also, am I going too fast for anybody, or does anybody want me to slow down, or is there anything anybody wants me to go over? Just let me know. All right. What I'm gonna do, in fact, while I let y'all make sure we're getting everything down, I'm gonna just go through and add. Let me move this stuff out of the way. Okay, I'm gonna go through and add the different text boxes for the last verse we're gonna go through today. Okay, we'll do that. Okay. do that. Give me some time to make sure. What I would like everybody to do is at the very least write out the verses in Hebrew and put the translations kind of like as we're doing, right? And okay, that's perfect. All right, that's 12. All right, so we'll carry on. Okay, so we're at what verse we at? Verse 10. All right, so verse 10, we have Wa Yawam Ha Shabayaya. Okay, you can tell me what that means. Yawam, what that's like here. Wa Yawam Ha Shabayaya.
Salakia. And 7 days, or
Not 7 days.
the 7th day.
The 7th day, right? So we have Yawam, which means day, and then Ha Shabayaya is Shabayaya. So like Shasha is what's known as a cardinal number. That's like your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This Shabayaya is what's known as a ordinal number. This is numbers where it's like, this is numbering things like 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th. Shabayaya is 7th, right? So Yawam Hashabayaya is the 7th day, right? This Wa here, of course, we know Wa will typically just mean and. Really, the Wa preposition is just a continuation of what's being said, right? So like a continuation from the previous verse. So you could put, 6 days you should do all you should labor and do all your work, and the 7th day, right? In the like the Bible is translated as but the 7th day. Either is fine. Again, it's just a continuation. So if the word but makes sense based on the context, that's also fine to put. It's a continuation of what's being said. I'm fine to put and the 7th, right? Because it still makes sense. Of course, no Wa will typically mean and, right? It can mean and, but, therefore. It's really just a continuation word, right? But for simplicity's sake, I'll put and. So and the 7th day. Okay. Then we have Shabbat, right? The 7th day is the Sabbath. Okay. Then we have La Yahweh, right? Is the Sabbath to the Lord or unto the Lord, right? La Yahweh or for the Lord, right? Or in the context of what we're saying, like of the Lord, right? This is the Sabbath. I'm gonna put to the Lord, right? Or the Lord's Sabbath. That's another way of saying that, right? And then Alahayaka is thy power or thy God, right? So I'm actually combine this into one phrase, to the Lord thy God. Or like, I could do it as unto. I'll do unto, right? Which is the same thing. Unto the Lord thy God. Okay. Then we have, what we have right here. We have La'ah Tha'aisha, right? La'ah Tha'aisha, which means, you can tell me what that phrase means. Keep the comments. Most likely, of course, the sound to Wab. Okay. So who can tell me what La'ah Tha'aisha means?
Salakia. Thou shalt not, or something like that.
Okay.
Like to not. Something like that.
Okay. Shalom to the sister. How about you? All right, we got you got it in the chat, right? Shall not do, right? The word Aisha again means to do or make. We have Tha Aisha, which means thou shall do or thou shall make, But then we have the la'ah, which means what? Thou shalt not. Right? So thou shalt not do. All right, well done to both of you. All right, so that phrase will be thou shalt not do. Okay. Then we have kal mala'aka, right? Kal mala'aka, we have it up here. So kal means like all or every or any, right? Anything in this category of what we're talking about. All right, so kal mala'aka is work, right? So any work, any occupation. All right, so thou shalt not do any work, right? That makes sense to everybody? We got the la'af, the Aisha, and then kal mala'aka. Thou shalt not do any work. All right, Kareem, no sign Christ. All right, cool. Then we have the word atha. You can tell me what atha means.
You.
You, exactly. Atha is a subject pronoun, right? Meaning you. Okay, so you, or like in Old English, thou, right? Then we have wa banka, right? Wa banka. So again, wa is a continuation word. So like you, and you could have nor, since this is what we're talking about, is what you shouldn't do. So you, neither you nor banka, which is your son, right? So ban, of course, means son. Ka is your son. So you nor your son will do as that word. And then we have wa bathka. Who can tell me what that means?
Your daughter and your daughters.
Nor your daughter, right? Right. So nor, I'm gonna put nor thy son, nor thy daughter. Right. So neither you, your son, your daughter. We have ibadka, right? Ibadka. Does anybody know what ibadka would mean? Right. So these are the people who should not do any work on the Sabbath day.
Salakia.
Go ahead.
Your servants.
Your servant, right? Absolutely, right? Your servant, which ibad is typically like your men servant, right? Your male servant. Also Khan to I Khan. I got it. Ibadka is thy servant, right? So I'm gonna put specifically thy manservant, right? Because the next word, my next word, I'm gonna get it right here. We have wa amathka. All right, so wa amathka. All right, so we're gonna get that word, right? The word is ama. Okay. The root word ama. Let me get it right here. Let me go back so I can show y'all where it is in the verse, right? We have ibadka wa amathka. See, the root word here is ama, which means you go into it a handmaid or a maid servant, right? So this is a female servant, right? So neither thy manservant or thy maid servant. Okay. So yes, if you have any servants that are female, okay. So I'm gonna put nor thy maid servant. I spelled that wrong. Servant here. All right. On sign Christ. Nor thy maid servant. All right. Click off right here. Then we have wa bahamathka. All right. Wa bahamathka. Okay. The root word here is the word bahama. Does anybody know what that word means? Bahama. If you're not sure, just say la'a.
La'a.
La'a. Somebody asked someone in the comments, hi, and then it said, is there multiple cars? right? So when you say is there multiple cars, you mean like where it says right here, right? Like Wabanka, Wabathka, Ibadka, Amathka, Bahamathka. Is that what you're saying by the car? If so, yes, there is multiple cars, because this is saying like the car at the end of these words mean your, right? Like your son, your daughter, your servant, your maid servant. And then this word here, Bahama, the root word here is your cattle, right? Bahama means like beasts or cattle, okay? So nor your beasts, not even your animals should be doing labor on this day, right? Even your animals get a rest on the Sabbath day. All right, so I'm putting nor thy cattle, okay? Then we have, and even this next word, wagarka, right? Wagarka, all these words have ka at the end because it's you're this, you're that, you're, this, that, and the third, right? All right, so let's get the word gar, all right? So the word gar, let me go back into the Blue Letter Bible, right? We have the word gar right here, right? Wagarka, okay? So we know wa is a preposition, which is a continuation. Gar is a word which means stranger, right? A stranger or an alien or sojourner, somebody who's not from here, right? They're a stranger or a foreigner, they're sojourning in your land, okay? So nor thy stranger, right? And then you have ashar, ba, sha'ari, as well. It's a little tricky to say, right? Ba, sha'ir, yakar, right? It's a little tricky with that ire than yakar. Okay, but we have ba, which is a preposition which means in, right? Of course, first of all, we have ashar, which is which, right? So the stranger, which, we have ba, which means in. Okay, then we have, right, ashar, which is, it says it here as that, but it means which. That is interchangeable. You can use that, right? Then we have sha'aya. So let's get into the word sha'aya, right? Sha'aya is a word which means a gate or a city, right? Like a gate as in, this is your gate. This is your place that you protect. This is your city, right? Right. So sha'aya is like, you could use sha'aya to say city. You could use it to say gate. Like this is a stranger that is within your gates, right? So ba, which is in, sha'aya is gates, and then yakar is like saying of you, right? Your gates. Again, they're saying that the same ka, this belongs to you, right? So the stranger, I'm gonna put which, but you could put that. No, if I'm gonna put that is within, or that is in thy gates. Okay. All right. No sign of Christ. Okay. So the strangers that is within thy gates. Okay. Hold on. That's some Christian in the chat. Some Christian in the chat talking about salvation is for all. All right. Show me a verse in the Bible that says salvation is for all. And I can show you 20 verses in the Bible that show that salvation is for the children of Israel. Right? Even in this, you say what? Salvation, yeah. Salvation is for the children of Israel. All right. No sweat. Let me get, it's like I should be back over here. Right. So, nor the stranger, which, or in the context, we can use the word that, is in, gates, and then your car is like of you, right? Belonging to you, your gates, thy gates. Okay. All right. So that's verse 10. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to give some time to, I know I was kind of moving around as we going through each individual phrase. I'm going to give some time on the screen if anyone wants to write like the verse down and the translation. And then we'll go through the last one. This will be the last one we'll go through today. And then I think next week we'll finalize, just go through, make sure we get all the 10. Okay. Just to like kind of break it up into smaller sections so we can get, the reading done and then go through some vocabulary as well. All right. So I'm going to give some time. Let me know when y'all are good to go. And move on to read the next verse. All right, so let me get verse 11. All right. Okay. All right. Matter of fact, while I do that, I can quickly address this person said salvation is for all. 1 Timothy 4:10. This down the third, right? You pull in all type of scriptures. You could put the scriptures in the chat if you so please. But I'm gonna get a very simple scripture for you, which cuts the Christian ideology. The Christian ideology that Christ is for everybody and salvation is for everybody. All right. Let me get one scripture very quick. Hold on. Who knows where I'm gonna go? Let's see. Who knows where I'm gonna go to cut this very simple scripture? I'm gonna go to John 4:22. All right, John 4:22. This is Christ's words. This is Christ speaking. It's not Raoban speaking. He says, "Ye worship ye know not what. We know what we worship, for salvation is of the Jews." So I'm sorry to tell you, Robert Tucker 5571, you don't know what it is you're worshiping. You don't know what it is you're serving. We in the ISUPK and the Commanding General Yohana, we know what we worship. We know what we serve. We understand what we follow, for salvation is of the Jews. Shalom. All right. So let's get back to, are y'all ready to go on verse 11 or you'll need some more time?
Oh, Khan, I'm ready.
Ready? Ayala, you ready to go?
Salakia.
Oh, she ain't. Oh, Slacky, I didn't even know she was. I know sweat. Okay, so let's carry on. All right, so we have, oh, let me just click off on this screen. We have Kaya. All right, Kaya, again, is for or because, right? So I'm going to put for. All right, then we have Shashath Yam Yam. All right, Shashath Yam Yam. What does that mean, Kayla?
6 days.
6 days, exactly. Well done. All right, 6 days. So for 6 days, all right, let me put that in here. 6 days. Then we have Aisha Yahweh, right? Aisha Yahweh. What does that mean? So we have Aisha, which means what?
To do or make.
To do or make, and then we have Yahweh, which is what?
The Lord.
The Lord, right? So what does Aisha Yahweh mean?
Do unto the Lord.
Nope. It's kind of the other way around.
Oh, the Lord.
Go ahead.
Does, make.
The Lord, yes, exactly. The Lord did or the Lord made, right? That's what that would mean. The Lord made, okay? The Lord made, right? So we're talking about, so 6 days the Lord made. So this would be with add right here in 6 days. So in 6 days, or we could do, you could put like, for 6 days. 6 days, the Lord made. And then we have right here, Ath Hashemayim, right? So of course, Ath lets you know what the verb applies to. The verb here is to make, right? The Lord made. And then we have Hashemayim, which is the heavens, right? The heavens, which is sky, anything above the sky, outer space. The Lord made the heavens, right? Then we have Wa'ath Ha'aratazah. We also, this Ath, the Ath again tells you that the same verb also applies to this, and the earth, right? So the Lord also made the earth, which is Arataja is earth. So and the earth. All right. Then we have another ath, right? So we also made this, right? He said we got ath hayam, right? So we have ha, which is the yam. You can tell me what yam means. So we have the heavens, the earth, and then we have hayam. You can tell me what that means. I'll give you a hint. The word mayam comes from the root word yam. Mayam, of course, meaning water.
Mm-hmm. Is it water here? Is it like seas?
Sea. Exactly. Yam means sea, right? So the word yam means sea. It also became the word for the direction west, because where we were placed, we had the sea to the west of us, right? In Jerusalem, the sea was to the west. So this also became the word for the direction west, right? So it's both sea and west. But in this context, of course, it's the sea, okay? Ha just means the, right? So the sea, okay? Wa'ath, so also he made, we have cow, star, and then we have, let me add Ayala back in. Give her a second. All right, so a cow, it's like a cow, a shar, bomb, right? This word is like a preposition, and then that ma is like, you know how we would have, you could put like a ma to say this is their house, like bayatham would be this is their house. Or if you're saying like it would be like laham would be like to say to them, right? But it's that ma itself is a shorter way of saying ham, right? So it's like them. So bam. I don't know if you say it as bam or baam, right? But it basically means in them, right? So we have, hold on, device still not connected. All right, so and all which is in them, right? And all that is in them, right? So the heavens, the earth, the sea, and everything that is in the heavens, the earth, and the sea. The Lord made all these things in 6 days. Now, of course, 6 days is not talking about like literally, from Sunday through to Friday. That's not what that means. He didn't make it in literally 6 days, as in 6 times 24 hours. All right, a day to the Lord is as 1,000 years. This was over a long period of time. Okay, all right. So all the Lord made the heavens, the earth, and all that is in them. Okay, then we have wa nayak. All right, wa nayak. Let me get this word over here. All right, so it comes from this word nawak, right? Which is the same. This is the name of Noah, right? Or I believe it would just be pronounced as nak. So that wa is the wa in here is something the oppressor added, right? Like we have a brother named Nak, right? Officer Nak, out of I believe he's out of Philly, right? And his name is the same name as Noah, which means like to rest, right? Or relaxed. Okay. So we have wa ya nak is like and he rested, right? And he, oh, it's like I should be back here, right? Wa yanak, right? And he rested. Okay. We have ba yawam ha shabayaya, which means what?
Salakia.
Go ahead.
In the 7th day.
In the 7th day or on the 7th day, right? So the ba, I'll put it as on the 7th day. So on the 7th day he rested. Okay, exactly. Then we have, what's next? Isle, Khan. All right, so let's get this part. So we know I'll as a preposition means like unto or upon. All right, hold on. I'll do. Right, so we have I'll over here, which means like upon, in, over. Okay. And then we have Khan, right? The word Khan, which means like thus or rightly, right? Or in like manner, therefore, right? So we have upon, like saying, I don't know, this like the translation of this word in the verse is just put as wherefore. So like you could do like upon this, right? In like old English, it's like upon this, should I be, yeah. It's like upon this fact, right? Because of this fact, right? Or like on this, what's the word I'm trying to say? It's like saying on this fact or on this idea, on this that we know, right? Upon like knowing this, right? That's a way of saying, right? Upon knowing this or upon understanding this is like kind of a way of saying that. I could put wherefore, that's what it says, that's what it's translated as, but I could put also upon, kind of like so, thus, like it was so, it was thus. Con is like you could say right, that's correct, true, like something as a fact. So like I could pretty much do it as upon this fact, right? Upon knowing this is like a way of saying that. So that's what I'm gonna put, right? It says wherefore, which is basically that's what wherefore is saying, like because of this, right? Because of this, therefore, or wherefore, so on and so forth, right? So I'm gonna put, hold on. Matter of fact, upon, hold on. Yeah, upon, I'm trying to see how to transliterate this, like how we would say this in modern day times. Upon, because not necessarily upon knowing this. I feel like do we understand, or I don't know if I'm confusing anybody. Is anybody confused about what I mean as like upon this happening? But nobody's confused, right? Is basically in the sense of upon this happening. I think that makes sense. Upon this happening, right? We have Barak Yahweh, right? Barak Yahweh, of course, Barak means to bless. Yahweh is the Lord, so the Lord blessed. So the Lord blessed. Then we have Ath, which lets you know what the verb applies to. Of course, the verb is Barak, which means to bless. So what did the Lord bless? Yawam HaShabbath. Of course, as Kayla said earlier, is the Sabbath day. All right, so the Lord blessed the Sabbath day. So like, does that make sense with like the Al Khan, right? Upon this happening, the fact that the Lord did all that work in these 6 days, which of course we know isn't literally 6 days, but it's like symbolic of 6 days. The Lord did work. He created the heavens, the earth, the waters, and everything that's in them, all the creatures. And on the 7th day, he rested. Because that happened, the Lord blessed the Sabbath day, right? Because the Lord rested on the 7th day, the Lord made the 7th day holy, okay? And then we have Wa, Ya, Qadash, Wa, Ya, Qadashah, Wa, right? So like similar to earlier where we had, what was it? Qadashwa, La Qadashwa, right? The word Qadash here is like the verb, again, to sanctify or to consecrate, right? So, and he, Qadash, consecrated, sanctified, made holy, hallowed, which is the same thing. Sorry, Qadashah, which is just basically the word Qadash, right? Then we have Wa, which is it, right? So it's like, and he, in the verse in like the Blue Light Bible is like, and he hallowed it, or and hallowed it. You could use that. And he made it holy. You could use that. And he sanctified and he consecrated. All those are fine, right? And he, I think what I'm gonna put, what did I put earlier? To keep it holy, I'm gonna put, and he made it holy, right? Which is what hallowed means, which is what sanctified means. Okay, he made this day set apart. Okay, all right, so let me zoom out. And that's what we've read, right? Kaya, Shashath Yam Yam, for in 6 days Aisha Yahweh, the Lord made. Ath Hashamayim, Wa'ath Ha'aratazah, Ath Hayam, Wa'ath Kal Ashar Ba'am. The heavens, the earth, the sea, and all that's in them. Wa Yanak, and he rested. Vayawam Hashabayaya, on the 7th day. Al Khan, upon this happening, or upon this occurrence, because this happened. Barak Yahweh, the Lord blessed. Ath Yawam Hashabath, the Sabbath day. Wa Yaquadash, it's like Wa Quadashawa, and he made it holy. Okay, so I hope everybody understands. All right, if there's any questions or if anybody's confused, please let me know and we'll break it down. If everybody's Tawab, I'm gonna go ahead and we will get ready for the Sabbath service verses. So what I'm gonna do, if anybody has any questions, let me know now. I'll give a few seconds. All right. Okay, I'm assuming that everybody's Tawab. What I'll do is I'm gonna take a quick intermission. If anybody wants to go get a drink or, you know, stretch their legs or do something, I'm gonna play a quick track and we'll come back in about 3 minutes to go through the vocabulary. All right, so let me quickly play a track. Let me see which one I want to play. We'll do this one.
Kill the beat. I don't know who, somebody need to hear this. Y'all don't speak Hebrew, that's Yiddish. How the fuck you try to label us anti-Semitic? We the Israelites, blacks, native Hispanics. The Germans getting locked up for the Holocaust. Meanwhile, black people still up in the Holocaust. 100 million of us died in the transatlantic. 6 million died, y'all want the world to never forget it. You can never be a Jew, you a Ashkenaz. This ain't a star dum-dum, a gun die or die. Yeah, Yeezy told the truth and got ostracized. Not one person in the Bible had on a yarmulke. We was slaves in America like we was in Egypt. Y'all don't even fit the curses in the Torah neither. Y'all was blind to the truth, I had to make it clear. How Jerusalem, your land, your people came from Europe. That was 1947, your menorah got 9 sticks, it's really only 7. Yeah, it's us against the world, Armageddon. This what happened when you inherit lies from your ancestors. Y'all the synagogue of Satan with them black hats. Your whole nation sitting ducks, Aflacs. Bunch of thieves and culture vultures, ain't nothing kosher. To tell the truth, you vagabonds don't have a culture. Macedonia, Alexander and Philip, you a convert, so tell me, how the fuck is you Israel? That don't make you the people just cause you litter. Why my people can't hate your people like y'all hate Hitler? All the prophets was black and was called nigga. Y'all don't even fit the description that's in the scriptures. Abraham, all the way down to Jacob, we the real Jews. Y'all don't study Christ, y'all follow the Talmud. Keep it real, yeah, let's keep it real. Cold hard truth, it give you chills. Say y'all Jewish cause y'all ain't really them. About to do them like Hammond, this the Feast of Purim. UPK undefeated, this an easy win. We was born fighting, y'all the evil twin. Jacob took hold of his heel, then out came his little red bass and they kosher deals. It's only 12 tribes, y'all trying to make it 13. Esau despised his birthright, the Lord cursed him. He ain't the devil, who is? I'm still searching. Ask your rabbi why he get them babies herpes. I don't know what's worse, that or you claiming that you a Maccabee. I'm about to cancel, everybody try to cancel ye. I ain't afraid to speak, that's what I do. They riding to the core, I'm just judging them by their fruit. Cause they ain't suffering curses. If I was carnal, I promise I'd punch you in person. I know this an uncomfortable subject. They making millions off our culture and black people suffering from it. Yeah, they don't believe in Christ, they the Antichrist. Make a living off of niggas, they're a parasite. I ain't afraid to tell the truth, niggas terrified. I'm about to go DEFCON 4, I ain't satisfied.
That is proof. That is absolute proof that they know we are the real Jews. That's absolute proof. He got the records. Go find me a white Jew on any archaeology in Egypt anywhere. You will never find a piece of archaeology with white people as slaves in Egypt. So don't tell me that they were slaves and it's their identity, and they know it. And I know the blasphemy of them, which say they are Jews and are not. The Lord knows the blasphemy of you so-called white people that say you are Jews and you are not Jews. You are not the people of the law. You are not God's chosen people. God's chosen people are living in the ghettos of America. God's chosen people are in poverty and depression in the streets of America. God's chosen people are walking around in America with no identity. That's where God's chosen people are.
All right, Most High in Christ. So we back. Let me go ahead and share my screen. All right, let's get it in. So we're gonna read from Leviticus chapter 27 and verse 8. Let me share my screen. Share the entire screen.
I made it, but it's too hard.
All right, cool. So Leviticus 27. I'm gonna scroll down to verse 8. And let's see what we got. All right, so we have wa'am. All right, wa'am. So we have wa as a preposition. You can tell me what this means.
Salakia.
Go ahead. And, right? So hold on. Wa as a preposition. All right, wa as a preposition means and. All right, then we have am. All right, am is a word where it's like you're asking whether something is the case, right? Like if you go into it, it's like if, whether, or though, right? Like as if you could use it to say, like, is it the case that it's more like it's like a hypothetical. Like if this happened, then this, or I was wondering whether it was sunny or raining, or you could use it as I'm trying to think of the context of like though, like ain't coming to mind right now. If I think of it, I'll let y'all know. But it's like basically saying like if or whether, right? It's like a hypothetical scenario, right? Like he had like he was acting as though he was drunk, right? You don't know if that's the case. It's like a hypothetical. It's like the way he was acting as if he was drunk, right? That's kind of the like you're wondering if he's drunk, right? It's like a hypothetical, right? So I'm gonna put here like a hypothetical. That makes AL. If whether it's like a hypothetical word, right? So he's seeing if something is the case, right? Or if this was the case, then that, or something like that, right? Right. So we have wa'am, we have Mak. All right, so let me go into this word. This word says it as mawak, but it would be mak. So that'll be like an example of a wa that the oppressor has added. You can see clearly in the verse, it's just written as mak. All right, so mak is to be low or poor, right? To be impoverished. So I'm gonna put to be. Really, when it says low, it's like low in status, right? So it's more in line of to be poor or impoverished, which is the same thing. So it's like to be poor, right? Then we have hawa'a, right? Hawa'a is a word which means he. It's what's known as a subject pronoun, right? So if he is poor, right? If he is poor, then we have ma irakka, right? So we have ma as a preposition. Ma as a preposition means of or from. In this case, it's going to be from. Then we have Iraq, right? Or is it Iraq? Yeah, Iraq, which is like your value or your estimation. Okay, so value, estimation. Let me see what it's mostly. Yeah, valuation, assessment, so on and so forth, right? So I'm gonna put those are two things: valuation or estimation or value. Hold on. Iraq, like a value. Input valuation, estimation, like how much you estimate something is worth. Right? It's basically along those lines. You're assessing the value of something. Okay. And then the ka at the end is of course your, right? Your, like we had ban ka, bath ka, ibad ka, your son, your daughter, your slave. This is your valuation, your estimation. Right? So if he is poor from your valuation or from your estimation, we have waha, hold on. Waha, mayad, waha, mayadwa. All right, so we got wa, which is, we have that already. We have ha as a preposition, which of course means what?
Salaki.
Go ahead.
The,
right? Then we have Imayad, right? This word here is going to be what? Imad, right? Which is to stand. Okay, Imad, which is to stand. All right, a verb meaning to stand or to, let's see, do a point. What's the most common? I'd stand right here, 121, stood still, standing. I think stand is fine. All right, we understand that Imad means to stand. All right, so I'm a Yadwa, right? So it means so it's like to stand, like he will stand, right? Or he's standing himself, right? In this what's the word? Translation, it says he shall present himself. But the word Imad really means to stand, right? He will stand him, or he'll stand himself. Then we have Lapanya, which is like in the presence of. So we have la as a preposition, meaning what?
two or four.
Two or four, well done. Then we have ha-kahan. So ha means the, kahan means what?
Priest.
Priest, well done. So he will stand him, or he will stand himself before or in the presence of, or, you know, in front of the priest, right? Then we have waha irayak, right? So and the value, or like, and he shall set a value. So and the valuation, right? Then we have a thumb. That's like not a thumb, afwa, right? So like, and the priest we have right here. So like, even this as a hakahan right here, right? So basically, and shall have a value, right? Him or shall value him, the priest. So, and the priest shall value him, right? Or it says set a value, the priest will observe, you know, whether or not this person is, you know, too poor to do whatever's being done in this verse. I don't recall what is it here, right? I think it's this, if someone owes you money or something, and if they can't pay, what is this? Let's see. I don't want to spend too much. It's confused. I'm like reading backwards. Man, I'm just carrying as we are, right? If by your estimation this person's too poor, bring him to the priest. The priest will assess if this person is actually too poor, right? Afwa, right? So this is again the word that doesn't have the definition, but lets you know what the verb, right? The verb is to value, right? We have isle. So isle is like it's also known as a preposition. It means upon, over, above. That's sort of that vein of thinking, right? Then we have paya, right? Paya. This is a shortened, like instead of doing the full word pa, it's just shortened it to the letter pa, right? And then ya is hold on. Paya. I'm sure it's written why it's written paya like that. Ashar. All right, regardless, we'll get the root word down, right? Pa, which is mouth. We have ashar, which. We have thashayag. All right, we had read this word not too long ago, right? Nashag. Where do I recognize this word from? Is it in these verses? Hold on. I recall seeing this word. And it was recent. Go ahead, Kyla.
I have it in my new vocabulary notes, but I don't think we read it today.
Yeah, so it would have been in the previous vocabulary notes. Let me see. I have them right here. Is it right here? Nashag, right? To reach or to overtake. Yes, this is what we read last week. All right, the water. Nashag, which you put as to reach or to overtake. Like if something is like you could use it in the context of this food is going to reach until next week, then I'll need to get more food. Or you could use it in the case of we have enemies behind us and they're going to reach us soon. They're going to reach us if we're not fast. If we're not careful, they will reach us. They will overtake us. You could say you're in a race and this person you're in first place, you know, hauling your backside. I can't say the other word that's got children. You in the race going. Person in second is right on your tail. And if you slow down, they're going to reach you and overtake you. Right? If everyone understands, so that's the context of nashag. Okay. Then we have yad, which is hand. So yad. Yeah. Damn. Hold on. Yad, which is your hand. Okay. Then we have ha nadar. All right. Ha nadar. Okay. The word here is nadar, which is a vow. Okay. It's a verb here, so it's to vow something. All right, to put it as to vow makes sense. We use that in today's talk, today's speech. Right, to vow or to which is in essence to promise something. Okay, so to to vow or to promise. Do I usually do? Nah, to vow or to promise. Okay. We have this. This is the same word here. This Iraq, Noah, Hakahan. Okay, cool. But it's like a Bahama. Okay, so this Bahama, this is a word we read earlier today, right? It was like Bahamathka, which is your cattle. Bahama is a word which means beast. So in the context of like any random animal is bahama, right? These are animals, beasts, also generally relating to cattle, right? That's the type of beasts we would have had in mass, right? So beast or cattle. Shar again is which. We have ya quarayabwa. All right, so the root here is the word quarab, which means it's like to meet or encounter or to bring. So I'm gonna put to bring, or to, which way do how do I usually define quarab? To come near. I think that's what I usually do it as, right? To come near or to bring. To come near / to bring. Right? It could be to bring a gift. It could be to bring your offering, so on and so forth. Okay. Then we have ma mana. What is this? Ma mana. Okay, so from. Okay, so we have ma, which is the preposition which is of or from. We have mana, which is the word man, which basically means of or from or out of, right? So from, out of. Okay. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna put the root word here. We have, do I have ma already? Yeah, ma already we have down. We have man, which is basically in the essence of out of, from. It's like the full way of saying ma, right? Then we have quaraban. All right, quaraban is something you have brought, right? So quaraban is your offering. I don't know why it keeps putting your offering, sacrifice, or gift. Something brought near the altar, right? So you can see the evolution of that kind of word, right? So quaraban is your offering, sacrifice, or gift. I'm gonna put all three. Something brought near, basically, is the essence. Okay, then you have La Yahweh. We have La as a preposition already. Of course, Yahweh is the Lord. Of course, as we're going through vocabulary, there's words you already know, already familiar with. You don't need to keep writing down the same words, the same prepositions. I'm just going through, of course, there might be people new to the class that are watching. I want to break it all down. All right, so Yahweh is the Lord's name. All right, then we have Kal. Kal is a word which means all, or every, all, every, or in some context, I'm gonna put also any. Okay. We have a shar, we have yathan. The root here is nathan, which means to give. Okay, to give. Then we have mamanwa, right? To give of such. Okay. La Yahweh, we have that. Then we have ya, haya. Okay. The root here is haya, which means to be or become, or like to exist, right? If you go into this word, to come to pass, to exist, to happen, right? So something comes to be. Just think of it that way. Something
Shalom,
comes
sir.
to be, to exist. Shalom, go ahead.
Yashma Alpha Bashmirsha.
Yahweh Shema Latha Bashmi Shai.
Go on.
Okay. Hey on the ball. All right, we're gonna be closing up soon, so we'll just finish up this verse. We have, of course, last word here is Qadash, right? Qadash. And this is in the sense of what? The noun. Okay. So Qadash. I could do it as Qadash as a noun. I haven't really been doing that throughout. You could, yeah, I'll leave it like that. Qadash, which means holy, holiness, sacredness, a sacred place or thing. I'll put like a holy thing. I'll just put as it's find most holy, most holy, sanctuary. Okay, so I'm gonna put holy / sanctuary or holy thing. /sanctuary. I think that works. All right, so that is that. So that is the last verse. Let me go ahead and click off so y'all can see this fully. All right. I think, is there anybody who needs any more time, or are we good to go? Let me see. Oh, my phone is turned off. Could you check the comments for me, see if there's any questions or anything I want to address? Are we good to go? Okay, with that, I'm going to go ahead and close out the class. So I'm going to close out with the salute. All right, I'm going to go ahead and salute any brothers that may be watching. Ye men of Israel. Madiam means course to stand. All right, Madiam Shabbath. Madiam Barak. Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai Barakatham. All right, Yad Matah. All right, Saw, which means to turn, or face the sister stand. All right, so ye men of Israel, Madiam Shabbath, Madiam Barak. Yahweh Shema Alathan Bahasham Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh Shema Alathan Bahasham Yahweh Shai.
All right, Yad Matah. Class dismissed. Christ. All right, the water, everybody, for tuning in. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate everybody's, attention, likes. Make sure you like the video, comment, you know what I'm saying? Do all those things, share it. All right, we'll be with y'all next week. We're going to finish off, the rest of the 10 Commandments. All right, Shalom, Israel, Lord in Christ.
Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man. If you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please, go to ISUPK.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
They're one West. They're one West. They're one West.